Alright, I am really excited for this one. 30 Rock is probably in my top 3 comedy shows of all time, next to The Office and probably Arrested Development. But before we get into this cocktail, I want to give a quick thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I use Squarespace for my website, and I'll talk about that a bit more at the end of this video. Alright, let's get to it. Here is the Old Spanish.
Cooter? Cooter Burger?
Hi, Jack. I took the liberty of making myself a drink.
Is that red wine with tonic water and olives in it?
Yep. It's an Old Spanish. Is that not a thing? The guys at the office told me it was a cool drink. I'm always getting pranked.
Alright, let's find out if Cooter Burger is a prank victim or master mixologist. So this one's pretty straightforward. We're going to start with a rocks glass with some rocks in it, and we're going to pour in about 3 ounces or 90 mils of some Tempranillo Spanish wine. And the bottle of tonic water looked like sort of your basic Canada Dry, so we'll just open this up and, good God. Alright, let's try that again. We're going to pour about another 3 ounces or 90 mils into the glass. Mr. Burger was not being very precise, but this looks about the color of his drink, so we'll go with this and give it a quick little stir. Oh, and fun fact here, in Mad Men, there was actually a sly reference to this drink in season 6.
Let me get a rye rocks and an Old Spanish.
Arrange 3 googly-eyed olives onto a pick, drop it in the glass, and just like Cooter, we'll start with a taste from the olives, and that didn't taste too great, but let's try it directly. And to be honest, it's not as bad as I thought. It's sort of like a sweeter, carbonated red wine. You really lose a lot of that bitterness from the quinine in the tonic water, so it's really not that complex. But yeah, eating it with the olives is pretty terrible. I had to spit that right out. Alright, let's see if we can do better. So in keeping with the Old Spanish name, we're going to swap out the red wine for this sherry wine, which is a fortified wine from Spain. Here we're going to use an Amontillado sherry, which is nutty and rich, and I think it's going to pair a bit better with tonic. I feel like this drink should really be in a Collins glass, so we're going to take a clear ice spear and pour over 3 ounces of our sherry, or 90 milliliters for the metric-minded viewers. I want to amp up the citrus flavor a bit here with 3 dashes of orange bitters. Now this sherry is relatively dry, so we're going to add in a bar spoon of simple syrup to balance that out a little bit. And after giving that a quick stir, we're going to top with our tonic water. Here I'm going to use Fever Tree, which is one of my favorite brands. It has nice, tight bubbles and a strong quinine flavor. Now Spanish tradition requires that we pour in slow motion, but Jack Donaghy doesn't have time for that, so we're going to speed it up here. Now, instead of finishing with olives, we're going to grab a lemon.
Hello, lemon.
Okay, now we're just going to express the oils of that lemon over the top of the glass and throw it in. Grab your trusty sippy cylinder and let's try the improved Old Spanish. Oh man, this was a really refreshing, tasty drink. That sherry has this really nice, rich umami flavor to it. You get that bitter and sweet from the tonic and the citrus from that lemon. It really hits on all the flavor profiles. This drink is definitely not a deal breaker. So if you guys have been to my website, I actually built that on Squarespace, and I really have loved the experience. You can create a beautiful website or an online store with an award-winning template using their all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. You'll also get this award-winning 24/7 customer support. So they offer a unique domain experience that's fully transparent and simple to set up, and they're used by a wide range of creatives and people, musicians, designers, artists, and restaurants, and more. So go to squarespace.com/cocktail to get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase.